Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Garrett and I'm an artist. This is my first YouTube video, so I won't really talk long for the intro, but today I'm just gonna sit down with my sketchbook, answer some questions, and tell everybody a little bit about myself. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, so this is the sketchbook that I use. It's just a basic sketchbook that I got from Blick. It's about, I think, 9x12. Paper's pretty decent. For the sketchbook I used like really small ones because they were easier to fill. Like I didn't draw that much up until now. Like these were the two that I used before this sketchbook, but with these two being this small, it was kind of hard for me to fit my drawings into the page. Like for instance here, like I would draw the face thinking that it would be small enough to fit an entire body in, but then once I started drawing the body, it would always just run off the page. And so that just got kind of frustrating to me, and that's why I went up to this bigger one. So I started this sketchbook back in April, and I'm already almost about halfway through it, I would say, which is really fast for me. Like I usually take forever to fill sketchbooks, but this one I've been drawing a lot more often in it. So for this first video, I just wanted to sit down and like fill the spread of my sketchbook and kind of answer questions and talk, stuff like that. So, because those are kind of like my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. Like when I'm drawing, I'll just sit down and pull up YouTube and watch somebody else draw in their sketchbook. So when I sketch in here, I usually use one of these. This is the Prismacolor Colerase pencil in black. I love these. They're really nice. I like the feeling of a Colerase pencil, but I don't necessarily like the look of a colored sketch. So I always go for the black pencil because it just looks like regular graphite, and you can get really nice range with it, like get really light and also really dark. So the next thing I use to sketch is this lead holder that I got through taking architecture classes. This is usually used for like drafting or like really nice lines. Like this lead over here is usually like really sharp and pointy, but I found that when it's dull like this, it can do like really nice sketches, like really light values. And so I just really enjoy sketching with that, and that's what I usually use. So whenever I start out sketching in my sketchbook, I always do like a warm-up sketch, which is basically just like a face and like the shoulders. Like as you can see, like here, like this was my warm-up sketch the other day, just using like a micron pen. And like here as well, like this was my warm-up sketch too. So like I always do like the head like this, and then just kind of cut off the shoulders right here. So I start with a circle, and then I kind of draw like the lines of like where the eyes are and like which direction the face is going, and then I just draw the eyes like on top of that. Most of the time when I draw faces like this, like with the circle, they usually don't stay within this circle. It's kind of just a way to get like the direction of the face down, like mapping it out, and then starting to draw the features on top. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start answering some of the questions that were submitted on Instagram. I put a little sticker, I don't know what they're called, but I put a little question poll thing on my story and asked for people to submit questions or drawing suggestions or stuff like that. Alright, so the first question was, what is your favorite drawing you've done this far? So I've been drawing for a while, and so there's kind of a lot to go through, but if I had to only pick from the recent drawings, it'd probably be this drawing. I just really like how quick I did it. That's that. Alright, so the next question I got was, how would I describe my style? I really don't know what to describe my style as. Like, it's not really like easy to categorize, I guess. It's cartoony, but there's still like realistic features on my drawings. I guess I would kind of lean more towards the cartoony side. So another thing I like to do when I'm drawing my sketchbook and trying to fill space is just draw random plants. So the next question I got was, what do I plan to do on YouTube? So what I plan to do on YouTube is basically just share really anything I create, whether that's in my sketchbook or a full painting or anything on Photoshop or like any kind of graphic design stuff that I do. But yeah, on this channel you kind of just expect to see like anything I create pretty much. I want to get better about like sharing the work that I do and posting it online. So the next question I got was, what is my favorite and least favorite things to draw? And honestly, my favorite thing to draw is the same thing as my least favorite thing to draw. My favorite thing to draw and least favorite thing to draw is hands. Hands are every artist's struggle. They're just so hard to like get down really well. I hate the process of drawing hands, but then once I draw a good hand, it's like my favorite thing ever. So that's why they're my least favorite and my favorite at the same time. Also, another thing I don't like drawing is legs. Legs are really hard to draw for me for some reason. So on this page, I'm going to start with a Draw This in Your Style from Instagram artist Julia Razumova. I'll put her tag like right here. She posted a drawing of this girl with pink hair, so I'm gonna redraw her. This is turning out really creepy. Yeah, I really don't like the way this looks. That's okay. It's just a sketchbook. Oh well. For a long time, I kind of like really struggled with understanding that like sketchbooks are meant to be messy, and like not every drawing in your sketchbook's gonna be amazing, like a masterpiece. Since we were just talking about hands, I think I'm gonna draw a hand. Alright, so that hand's not bad. I always struggle doing a hand that doesn't have the two middle fingers connected. For some reason, it's just easier for me to make a hand look good if the fingers are connected that way. I don't know why. Alright, so there's the hands that I drew. Really like these first two. I don't know what happened here. That's another thing, when I draw hands, I usually just draw them like fingers completely straight, so drawing fists is kind of a struggle. So at this point, I'm kind of struggling with like coming up with ideas of what else to fit in here, so I'm gonna look at some of the suggestions. Alright, so one of the suggestions was to draw my favorite musician in my style. I don't really have like an absolute favorite musician. However, probably the easiest person for me to be able to draw would be like Ariana Grande, because she always has her hair in that ponytail. Alright, so I think I'm finished doing the drawings for the sketchbook spread. The last thing I usually do is I either add like color or outlines to some of the drawings to just make them kind of pop. So like I'll probably outline either these two hands or this, and then add some color like behind here, and then bring it over to this page. So to outline these, I just used the Pentel pocket brush pen. The ink is really nice, and I really like the way that it flows, so I use that a lot throughout here. So to fill this page, I'm using this gouache palette that I have. It's just Reeve's gouache from Michael's. It's really cheap, so that's why I like to use it for my sketchbook. It doesn't feel like I'm wasting nice paint. So I like to take this color and kind of bring it into this page too, just as a way to kind of tie them both together. Alright, so that's the finished sketchbook spread, and that's how I usually go about filling up my sketchbook and making sure that all the space is filled. And I usually just like to add the color to kind of make like the sketches like this like pop off the page, and then I'll usually like line a few of them with the brush pen. If you liked this video and want to see more of my art, make sure you subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I'll have my tag right here, and I'll probably link it in the description below also. But make sure you're subscribing and are on the lookout for when I post new content on either Instagram or here.